What's going on, Washington Commanders Nation? It's your boy Rio Robinson back with the latest and greatest on the Rambling with Rio YouTube channel where we ramble about the Washington Commanders. Today is Wednesday, October 4th, and we are one sleep away from Washington's Week 5 matchup against the Chicago Bears. Yes, the 0-4 Chicago Bears. If that sounds familiar to you, it's because last year, this same matchup was on Thursday Night Football on Amazon Prime. The nastiest Thursday Night Prime matchup of the year. So nasty, they decided to run that shit back for another one. Missed y'all. Haven't heard from y'all since before we got massacred by the Buffalo Bills. So we're going to catch up a little bit before going into a full preview of the Chicago Bears game tomorrow. Hope y'all are well on this Wednesday night. It's hump day. Football to be played because it's a short week. Yes, sir. I'm back. What up, Jern? What up, family? How you doing, gang? How we doing on this Wednesday night? What's going on, Will? What's going on? How y'all feeling? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All is well, Billy. What's good? Jern, Will, B-Ball Guy, what's good? Appreciate you for the donation, my boy. Welcome back. Ready for tomorrow's primetime matchup. Feeling really good about our team. Just need better coaching throughout the game. Howell is fire. Let's get right into it, y'all. We are now a quarter of the way through the season. 4 games in. Most people in the fan base and in the content creator community had us winning the first 2, losing the second 2. But God damn it, we were so close. We were so close to getting that third win. And if we would have got that third win versus the Eagles Sunday, the conversation would be drastically different. But with the schedule that we got coming up, it may be Mickey Mouse season. You know, I say it all the time, me and my group chat boys, we call it Mickey Mouse win streak. You know we're going to go on a 3 or 4 game heater at some point in the season because we do it every year. We did it before Ron. We'll do it after Ron. And we definitely do it while Ron's here. This seems like the part of the schedule, the meat of the schedule, where we can get the most off the bone. You know what I'm saying? We got the Chicago Bears on Thursday night. We're going down to ATL to hopefully face Desmond Ridder and company, who I have no fear at all in playing. And then the Giants. We gotta get this thing rolling. We gotta get this ball rolling. We gotta roll off some wins before we play Philly again. And then we got the Patriots and the Seahawks on the road. There are a lot of winnable games, and how I seen this team go toe-to-toe, mano-a-mano with the class of our division and probably the best roster in all of football tells me that we can hang in there with anybody. But before we talk about the Eagles game, let me quickly surmise my feelings on the Buffalo game since I didn't do any content last week after the game. We got our asses whooped. We got outclassed, and when Buffalo does Buffalo things, when they're in their bag, when Josh Allen's in his duffel, there's nothing a team that's just not there yet can do with a team like that. So I'm not gonna give him a pass, but I know that game was an outlier, an anomaly for what Sam Howell is as a quarterback. He's not a turnover machine, but Sean McDermott and them boys who mastermind stopping young quarterbacks, they put that boy in the blender for 4 quarters straight. And I hate that it happened that way because those 4 picks, they deceive and they lie to you about what Sam Howell has been as a starter through the first quarter of this season, because Sam Howell is not bad. Sam Howell is not even below average. He's a good quarterback that we've seen so far, but the 4 interceptions he threw versus Buffalo and the fact that they shut our offense out completely in a 34-point victory makes it appear as if Sam Howell is playing like a couple of the rookies and a couple of these struggling quarterbacks out here. I'd say through 4 games, Sam has had a meh game, a really good game, a terrible game, and a great game versus Philly on Sunday. So he's pulling B football right now. Grade B football, which is as much as you can ask for out of a second-year quarterback, learning his second language, second offense in 2 years. Loving it, but don't even want to talk too much more about that game. The Dolphins were beating everybody. They even put up 70 on somebody, and the Bills whooped that ass this weekend, 48-20. So when the Bills are Billsing There's nothing a team like us can do with the Bills right now. Let's move forward to week 4. This goddamn Philadelphia game. Man, was this a thriller. I went into the game with low expectations. I had zero expectations out of my team. Just don't embarrass the family. Don't go out there and throw up on yourself. Don't make us look stupid in front of these dumbass Philadelphia fans. That was my feeling going into the game Sunday. And then we come out, boom, stick it right to them, push the ball up the field methodically, beautifully, because EB just runs such a thorough offense, and when he's in his bag, that thing is a well-oiled machine that keeps churning out and moving this chains. We go out there and put up 7 points off the rip. And then we get up 17-7. And when we get up 2 possessions in a game, it's almost a guarantee that the other team is going to get back into it, because as long as I've known the Washington football team, Redskin, Commander, whatever you want to call them, they do not keep leads. That's why I'm not predicting a blowout for tomorrow. I'm doing all right, man. I'm doing all right. Life been lifing a little bit. Had to deal with some things, but we're back here. We're ready to get this content out. But back what I was saying. With this team, when we get 2 possession leads, when we get 10, 14, 17-point leads, it is almost a guarantee, Charles Barkley voice, guarantee we're going to give the lead up. So as soon as I see 17-7, I was frightened. Like, one, they got my feelings back involved because I went in with no expectations. You come out scoring and taking it to the NFC East champs. Now my heart's in it. Now I want it even more, and I'm starting to expect it because the team is playing well. Then the second half, Philly starts to give it to us. They take the lead back, you know. But then we had one more chance in regulation. And my biggest observation of the first 4 games, EB and Sam, the marriage of those two, they can run a 2-minute drill as well as anybody's ran a 2-minute drill here in Washington during my fan tenure. I'm going to be 32 in 2 weeks. You know what I'm saying? In my 32 years, I've never seen a combination of coach quarterback run the 2-minute drill as easy and effective as Sam Howell and Eric Bieniemy and company. When we get in the 2-minute drill at the end of the halves, both halves, first and second, we move that shit down the field. It's like those guys expect to score. And that is something different. That is something I'm going to have to get used to because I'm so used to us just punting drives. As soon as a penalty happens, as soon as we get behind the sticks, I'm used to my team just saying, fuck it, punt it, run a draw play, run an inside zone on 3rd and long. But no, these guys get down the field and they get in the scoring position and we put points on the board. Sam Howell grew up, graduated, put his big boy pants on, took us down the field and scored a goddamn touchdown with no time left in regulation, and then we got hit with a decision. Not the LeBron decision of taking his talents to South Beach. We got hit with the same decision that Ronald Eugene made back in 2020 in the COVID year when we played the Giants in New York. When we played them in New York, it was either take the extra point and go to overtime, or go for 2, go for the win, let your balls hang, and live with your decision. Ron said the words out of his mouth in the presser. When I'm on the road, I'm going to go for the win more times than I won't. We're on the road, no momentum, and you don't want to give the home team a chance to have the ball and control the narrative. But we decided to kick the extra point. And we actually won the toss in overtime and got the ball first. And what looked like a promising drive, because Sam Howell throws an absolute piss missile fading backwards on 3rd and long to Terry McLaurin, who steps on Reed Blankenship's white-ass forearm on the ground, and his foot teeters the line of in and out of bounds. I'm going to call it a whole buck. I've seen that shit from every angle possible. And from my blind ass, keratoconus, disease-riddled eyes, that man's toe is in the line. It's inbound. I don't care about him stepping on the dude's arm. His foot is inbound. But I ain't going to hold you. You don't have to deal with this if you go for the win in regulation, baby. I'm going for 2. I'm letting my balls hang. Also, I could never be an NFL coach because I would go against conventional wisdom all the time. I would not have hesitated. Ron's reasoning for not going for 2 and going for the win in regulation, he said the guys were tired, the guys were gassed. So tired and so gassed, you want them to drive 75 more yards to get more points and to have to defend again? You know who else is tired, Ronald? The defense that you just marched down the field 80 yards on. So 2 yards on one hand, and on the other hand, going 80 plus for a touchdown drive. If they're tired, they're still going to have to do this shit. I would rather try to execute from 2 yards out. Anyways, Terry doesn't get the ball called a catch. They don't call it catch on the field. There was not enough conclusive evidence to overturn it. So if they called it a catch on the field, it would have remained a catch. It was not called a catch. A little bit of home cooking. By the referees on Philadelphia's side. But y'all know me, and if you know my channel, we don't give the refs that much control. We don't put the game in the referee's hands. So I'm not gonna say the refs took the game from us, but that shit looked like a catch from where I was sitting. But you know what I'm saying? I think Heineke is he might be playing by the time we play Atlanta, because Ritter looks like dog water right now. I don't know what's going on with Desmond Ritter, but would love to see that on the field. I love to see any of them, man. I'd love to see any of them. Try either of those guys out on the field when Washington goes down to Mercedes-Benz the day after my birthday on October 15th. But back to this Eagles game. How many of y'all just knew? Just knew. As soon as the Eagles got the ball, the game was over. My hand is raised because for whatever reason, the defense is not the strength of this team right now. Every goddamn season, the defense has to start slow. It has to. It's a coming of age annual tradition for Jack Del Rio / Ron Rivera defensive. They don't get going to the second quarter of the season. It's like how Fuller usually doesn't get going with catching interceptions to around Halloween or afterwards. But they're giving up 30 points a game. And Jack is still doing the whole cornerbacks 10 yards off the ball, no matter what the down and distance or game situation is. So Jalen Hurts gets an intentional grounding. They end up with a 3rd and 17 in overtime. And what do? We know their kickers made a 61-yard field goal this season. So if we give up 5 to 7 yards, they're in money range for Jake Elliott. What does MAGA Jack do? What does Jack Del Rio do? He puts the cornerbacks back in a cover 0, 9 yards off the ball, and allows them to go for like 8 yards. What are we doing? What are we doing, Jack? What the fuck are we doing? I was watching the game with some friends, and somebody was like, is this normal? Does he always do this? Yes, the fuck he does. It doesn't matter what the score of the game is. It don't matter who we're playing against. The cornerbacks are lined up in the fucking tunnel. They're lined up in the tunnel. They might as well be sitting in the first row with the hog farmers in the end zone, because they're not lined up on receivers. We don't play press man. And it does not matter what the game situation or score is. Jack refuses to have his corners right in front of receivers. And it perplexes the hell out of me. It drives me crazy. It makes me want to break the closest TV to me, because we do this same shit every Sunday. Jack, hear me out, my guy. I know what you are capable of as a defensive coordinator. Why does it always take you to November to get shit cracking, man? Why are we playing such soft, loose-ass, conservative defense all the time? Why are we not aggressive? Why the only blitzes we got are delayed blitzes from safeties who don't have the juice to come downhill full speed and make a play in the backfield? What the fuck are we doing? What are we doing? I'm tired of us playing not to lose instead of playing to win. There is a big difference, a huge distinction between playing to win and playing not to lose. We played this bend, not break. We'll try to give up field goals instead of 0 points defense, and it befuddles the shit out of me. We do this shit every year, and it costs us a game we shouldn't have been in, but we're in, and we should have won the game. We should be sitting at 3-1 going into Chicago week, talking crazy right now, shooting up power rankings, the whole nine. That's what we should be doing right now. But no, we're not, because Jack wants to call some bullshit defense and some soft ass zone defense that we're regularly running. And this is what Washington does until about November every year. And then we get on the Mickey Mouse win streak. We start the roll off W's before coming back to the reality and being humbled again. We were humbled versus Buffalo. We should have beat the Eagles. Eagles, we'll see y'all again in a couple weeks. I ain't mad at you. We had our chances, but we got the Bears coming into town tomorrow night. But before we talk into the Bears game, let's grade some things going to the first quarter. We're 1 quarter through the season right now. Defense gets a D-. I want to give them an F. Fuck that. We're going to give the defense an F through 4 games. An F, a big fat ass failure first 4 weeks of the season. We didn't give up 20 points to the Cardinals is about the only thing the defense has accomplished so far in the season. Since then, we've given up over 30 to bum-ass washed Russell Wilson. The Bills did whatever they wanted with us, so I ain't too mad at that, but 37 points versus them. And then we give up another 34 versus an Eagles team that we had held to 7 for the first 14 minutes and 30 seconds of the game. So we ended up giving up about 31 points after the first half of the Eagles game. Y'all are supposed to be the strength. I'm tired of going into every offseason. Washington has an elite defense. Washington has an elite defense. Washington, if their defensive line is fully healthy, Washington's going to take over. Washington can compete with the Jets and the Niners when it comes. No, the fuck we cannot. No, we can't. We're not built like them. We're not built like those defenses. We are a one-trick pony-ass defense. And our one trick is defensive line sacks quarterback. Defensive line sacks quarterback. When our one trick fails, we are like fish out of water. We don't know what to do. We can't turn the ball over. We don't have playmakers on the defense to go make turnovers happen. And when the ball does go on the ground, we sit there and look at it, stare at it, like it's some loot in Fortnite, just staring at it on the ground. Like, what the fuck are we actually doing? We're never in position to catch interceptions, and when we are, we drop it. We drop 4 to 5 interceptions a game. I watch a lot of football league-wide. I'm sure a lot of you in the chat do too. Y'all see turnovers happening league-wide? Don't y'all look at that shit like, damn, I want that for us. Damn, everybody can force turnover. The bum-ass teams can force turnover. Everybody can force turnovers but us. Some of them are fluky. Some of them are by skill. We just don't force turnover. I swear we didn't even threaten the Eagles a turnover except for that fumble that was on the ground and a couple dropped interceptions. But I don't even know if I'm calling those a threat because I know we're going to drop them. I know we're going to drop them. Oh, we're not retiring over here. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I just need some time. But defense, first quarter of the year, great. You're interim. You get a big fat F, my guy. You get a big fat F for me right now. I'll put the offensive coordinator. Missed y'all too, man. We back here with the vibration. Offensive coordinator, Eric Bieniemy, through 4 weeks. I'm giving Eric Bieniemy a B+. A B+, A-, whatever you want to call it, because it's the same goddamn grade ultimately. But Eric Bieniemy is passing with flying colors through the first quarter of the season. Flying colors. The offense looks good. We had one game where we just looked completely discombobulated. Nothing went right. But I will say the majority of the blame pie of the Buffalo game does go on the quarterback because the ball did matriculate up and down the field on Buffalo through the duration of the day. We were in their red zone, 4 times, maybe 5? We came away with 3 points. I'm going to put a lot of that blame pie on the quarterback that day. He had one of those young boy days. 23-year-old quarterbacks, they're going to go piss the ball around the field sometime. It's going to happen. Growing pains, baby. You live and you learn. I don't know if anybody else is a father or parent in the chat. Kids going to fuck up. Kids do dumb shit. It's what they do. But they're human, and they got to learn from their mistakes. That game is not a microcosm of what Sam Howell is going to be as a quarterback in this league. That game is going to be one blip on the radar of goodness, because I've seen good things from him. I'm giving Sam a B- through first 4 games of the season. Also a B, but a minus. Almost a C+, but I'm giving him a B-. Like I said, he was good enough week 1. He was really good week 2. He was dog water week 3. It was terrible. And he was really, really, really good and went mano a mano, toe for toe, blow for blow with Jalen Hurts, an MVP candidate on Sunday. So if Philly fans didn't know about Mr. Sam Howell, first of his name, young Airwolf of Washington, D.C., they know about the name now. Skill position players for Washington through the first 4 weeks. I'm giving the skill players a C. I'm not going to give them lower. I'm not going to give them higher. I need to see more. Jahan Dotson, the guy we call him, Jahim, the guy we said is a co-number 1. Before that touchdown versus Philadelphia, he had done nada, zippy, zilch through the first almost 4 games of the season before that clutch-ass touchdown on a beautiful play call, by the way, by EB. Dialed it up perfectly. All go, stop. All go routes, stop route. Meaning they're all running a straight line, stopping, get open. It's you stop at the end zone, get open. And it was perfect. Sam put it right over his shoulder where only he could get it. Beautiful play call in that situation. It is ridiculously hard to score from like 10 to 15 yards out when everybody's sitting in the end zone waiting for the football. Beautiful play call. Skill players, average so far. Nobody standing out for the most part. It's just one mixed bag of whoever gets open, get the ball. We're not getting as much separation as we needed to. De'Ami Brown has looked as impactful in the offense as Jahan Dotson through 4 weeks. Getting the ball to Curtis Samuel in a multitude of ways is probably the most successful thing we've done with our skill players. That, and when Brian Robinson is on, he's on. And he's showtime. And he's making me and a lot of people eat crow when we talk about how weak our running back room is. The boy runs the ball hard. He's a tank. Skill players get a C. Antonio Gibson flashes here and there. Got to protect the football. We got fumbleitis again. So, and with the tight end position, we got more with Logan Thomas coming back. We've seen little sprinkles of Cole Turner and a little bit of John Bates, which I don't want to see unless he has his hand in the dirt and he's blocking somebody. But skilled players on offense, see, offensive line, the hardest thing to evaluate on this team because we lead the league in sacks given up. But a lot of that is miscommunications, the quarterback or the running backs not picking up blocks as well. So maybe they split that blame pie in half because half of the sacks are Sam's fault. Love him. Half of the sacks are his fault, though. But the offensive line gets a D+ through 4 weeks. I'm giving them a D+. And I'm giving them a D+ mostly because our premier free agent, the first call we made when free agency started, our number 1 guy, Andrew Wiley, fucking stinks. He's terrible. He's not good. He's bad. He's slow. He whiffs. He's a turnstile. And he gets penalties when he's not doing the rest of those things. Man. Andrew Wiley not it, bro. I know it's only 4 games in and he could miraculously turn this thing around, but other than the Super Bowl, I've heard nothing but bad things about Andrew Wiley, and he's done nothing but prove those things since he's been there. What do you think the catalyst for Jahan's production? You think it's more the scheme? I think Jahan is getting his ass clamped because when I'm watching the all 22, I'm seeing him not get separation on a consistent basis. I think it does play a factor that EB is just spreading the ball out and getting it to whoever flashes open or whoever the quickest read for the quarterback is. But Jahan getting his ass clamped. He getting clamped. And Terry in a couple of them games was getting his shit clamped too. That's why we haven't seen a receiver go for 100 yards yet. Like, we haven't had a receiver go off yet. So it's a combination of both. That's a great question, by the way. I definitely felt like going for two. Going for two, I think, is the move. Like, but me, I live dangerous, and I play to win the game. Who said that? Herman Edwards? Herman Edwards? You play to win the game. You play to win the game. You don't play to not lose. Because playing to not lose is loser mentality. It's pussy. I don't move like that. I go for the win. But also, I would never be a good coach. Got my Sam Howell jersey for tomorrow and Victory Friday. Hey, fans, just to let y'all know, tomorrow is the Blackout game at FedEx Field. We're on Thursday Night Football. This is the first time our black uniforms are being worn at night, and they want fans to wear all black to FedEx Field tomorrow. It is a blackout at FedEx Field. Last year, we tried this in the Vikings game, and only about 10 of us understood the assignment. Wear some black shit to FedEx Field, y'all, if you have it. If you have it, wear black. I'll be wearing black hat, black shirt, black pants. I'll be wearing black from head to toe tomorrow. We coming gooned out and ready to stomp on some goddamn Chicago Bear. I want to eat bear for dinner tomorrow. What Mystical say? If you see me in a bear in the woods, you better save the bear. Mood all tomorrow. All black. Blackout game. Black uniforms will be on full display with the Chicago Bears coming to town. And that perfectly segues us into tomorrow's matchup. It's week 5. I'm going to put it to y'all straight up. All right, look. The first 4 weeks of the season is where wacky shit happens. It's where shit teams look good teams look like shit. And now it's when actual teams start to show themselves, start to show their true colors. They start coming alive in October as the autumn winds hit. As the leaves start changing colors and hitting the ground, we start seeing who teams are. At this point of the year, we know who the Chicago Bears are. You know who the Chicago Bears are? They've become us since we're no longer us. And what I mean is drama after drama, the Chase Claypool drama, the defensive coordinator drama. The Matt Eberflus may get fired if they lose to us badly tomorrow night. Drama. They are the new drama queens of the NFL. We have passed the torch. We've thrown the baton to the Windy City, and we're on the more peaceful, lucrative, productive days here in Washington. So first things first, if we are any type of team that wants to be something in this conference, we are going to beat the dog shit out of the Bears tomorrow. And when I say beat the dog shit out of them, that means at least a 2-possession game, 10 to 14 points. Because I'm looking at the Bears' schedule so far. Week 1, 38-20 loss to the Packers. The Packers don't look like world beaters. Put up 38 on their head tops week 1. Week 2, the Bucks, 27-17. Week 3, Chiefs, 41-10. Fields threw for under 100 yards that day. And then week 4, the Broncos, the nasty Broncos, they got 70 put on them that we put up 35 on. The Bears had a 21-point lead, 28-7, with 4 minutes left in the third quarter and managed to lose that game 31-28. We're playing a quarterback who found his rhythm for the first time on Sunday, but a quarterback that is not played confidently, that is not played comfortably, and has a lot of detractors and naysayers lined up to shit on him right now. So with a coach whose job may be on the line versus us, expect to get Chicago's best punch. But fuck that. If we want to be a real team, a real good team that matters and that people are going to consider in the totality of this conference by end of season, you eat your lunch versus this Chicago Bears team. You know how we're always the slump busters for our opponents. Whenever our opponent, this guy hasn't scored in 8 weeks. This team hasn't done this in 4 weeks. This team hasn't done this since last year. You know how we always break those slumps for people? This needs to be ours. The Bears need to be our elixir. This should be the week our defense finally dominates. Forbes should get his head right. He's off Twitter now. Forbes should get his shit right and have a pick six versus Justin Fields tomorrow. Justin Fields is going to give everybody a chance to get their hands on the ball. He's done nothing but turn it over and play immature football. If the defense can't dominate these boys, they're not dominating anybody. This team sucks. Getsy, the offensive coordinator, sucks. Their head coach's name is Eberflus. Eberflus. Stop putting young quarterbacks with defensive head coaches. Also, that ain't it. Unless you're DeMeco Ryans down there with C.J. Stroud. Shout out to Bobby Slow and what he's doing with that offense. But this is a bad football team. If the draft were today, October 4th, the Bears would hold the first and second pick of the NFL draft because they also have Carolina's pick, the other 0-4 team in this league. You do not let 0-4 come in your crib on national TV and humble you if you're any type of team that needs to be talking playoffs by end of season. Can I get a hallelujah in the congregation? We should not play a close game with the Bears. But I'll tell you what, I'm predicting us to play a close game with the Bears. I gave y'all all that spiel about how we should, keyword, emphasis, put that shit in all caps, should blow the Bears out tomorrow. We should. I got us winning the game, but I got us winning it by one possession because Washington, we only know one way to be. I know we're under new ownership, and we're slowly going to create new narratives. We're going to create new family traditions, but the family tradition that will always remain with this team is every game has to take you to the brink of insanity, to the edge of a fucking heart attack. We are the cardiac arrest kids. Every game, you have to get your anxiety levels on dangerous, should I go to the hospital, ER, before the game finishes, because that's all Washington knows how to do, baby. That's who we are. That's what we do. Forbes definitely got, if we're being completely honest, I think Forbes is going to be fine, but right now he's not. I'm going to be totally honest with you. I know everybody wants the baby guy, spoon feed him, put the bib on him. You can't say he's doing bad. He's just a rookie. No, he's playing bad right now. He got baptized week 2 by Mims. He got baptized week 3 by Stephon Diggs, and he got baptized, brought to life, resurrected, and rebaptized in the ocean of A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith, because that was a lone baptism by fire himself when he got Moss head-topped and dunked on in the middle of the field by the Slim Reaper. But Forbes going to be all right. He's going to shake back. We're playing Justin Fields tomorrow. You want some good medicine for Emmanuel Forbes? Justin Fields and the Chicago Bears. But it don't get easier receiver-wise if we're going to put him out there on DJ Moore. It could be another long night for Forbes because DJ Moore is a route technician. Maryland kid. We should know him very well here. But DJ Moore is a baller. I think we need to get a lot more Kendall Fuller on him. I've said a lot of things about Kendall Fuller. Kendall Fuller is the best corner on the team, according to PFF and according to the eye test. So might want to see some Kendall Fuller on DJ Moore tomorrow because Forbes, we got to get his confidence back right again. Throw his ass on Equinini and St. Brown and call it a motherfucking day. You know what I'm saying? I would definitely have win for 2. But what are y'all looking at with this Chicago game? I want us to kill them. I want us to blow them out. I'll be there tomorrow rocking all black. You know the vibes. Understand the assignment if you're going to the game. Wear your all black. Pull your all black out the closet. Look like goons out there. One big-ass mob ready to get these boys up out of here. But so let's play what if. What if the Chicago Bears beat us tomorrow on Thursday Night Football? Should somebody's job be on the line? Like, let's say we lose a shootout to Chicago, 30-27, and we get 30 put on our head tops by Luke Getsy, Justin Fields, and the Chicago Bears offense. Somebody's job on the line after that, because after you play a Thursday night game, this is like the longest absence you have until whenever your bye is. So This is the week if somebody, I think this is why they're saying Matt Eberflus is going to get fired if we beat them and they start 0-5, because this is that period of the season where you can usher in an interim coach over this next week and a half before your next game. Let's just play imaginary. If we lose this game to Chicago tomorrow, what does that say about the 2023 Washington Commanders, and whose job should be on the fucking table? Whose key card should be turned in if that was the case? I would love to see what y'all think. 24-21. I got a very similar score myself. Ron is on bullshit. Like, how do you cannot connect? That's what Ron do. Ron on Eugene go Ron on Eugene, baby. You already know what Ron do. You already know what Ron do. Ron is out here Birdman hand rubbing, crossing his arms on the sideline, trying to concoct a new way to win 7 games. You know, he's done it every way possible so far. He's trying to find if there's any room left to do it another way. But I think this team will surpass the 7 win. Yeah, we do very badly with mobile quarterbacks, and Justin Fields for 3 quarters was unstoppable on Sunday. So we're playing a guy who finally got his groove back like Stella on Sunday until the 4th quarter hit, and he was a fucking disaster. A disaster, and ended up fumbling and throwing the game away. This is the team. Y'all remember that ugly-ass, nasty game last year we played against the Bears in Chi-Town? Wentz threw for under 100 yards. Their offense did nothing. Our offense did nothing. If they didn't muff a punt, we probably don't get in the end zone once that night. It was just a nasty slobber knocker, disgusting 17-12 victory, in which Benjamin St. Juste had to knock a receiver out of bounds at the half-yard line for us to secure a victory. But we lose this game tomorrow. I think Jack or somebody got to be somebody. We got to have a head on a spike after that. You know, if you watch Game of Thrones, you know exactly what I mean. Head got to go on a spike if that's the case. Definitely a trap game. But I'm not sure we're yet good enough to call it a trap game. But take care of business, y'all. Take care of business. But let's stop. Let's put away the crystal balls. We're not going to talk about what if, because we are not losing to the Chicago Bears tomorrow. I'm sure somebody's going to clip me right here. We're at the 38-minute mark of the show right now. We're not losing to the Chicago Bears tomorrow. It's just not going to be as easy as it should be. This is how I imagine the game going. This is the Washington I know. I make my predictions based on what I'm used to, what I'm used to seeing from my team. This is how I see the game playing out. I see Washington getting out to a quick 10-0 lead and being in control of the game, a lot like how the Philadelphia game was on Sunday. And then the Bears are going to score 13 or so unanswered points, maybe going to halftime up 13-10. And then it's just going to be a shit show of who's going to jump out there and jump in the middle of double dutch first and actually take control of the game. It's going to eventually be tied up 20-20, and Washington's going to get the ball last, with the score being 20-20 after a Justin Fields turnover on downs on our side of the field to get in the field goal position. Sam Howell's going to lead the troops down to a 23-20 victory over the Chicago Bears. And I hate that I can't predict more than a 3-point victory. That margin of victory doesn't seem like enough, but I feel like we're going to get everything Chicago has. We're going to get everything Chicago has tomorrow, because they're playing for the lives of their coaches. They're playing for their positions as well, because 0-5, you can start doing the Mike Shanahan, let's evaluate talent thing and start pulling guys, start switching it up. And this is a Chicago team that spent, $87 million in free agency this offseason? All those draft picks, all the draft capital for them to somehow get worse? You hate to see it, but in terms of us, you love to see it. But we're getting a desperate team coming into FedEx Field tomorrow. A very, very desperate team. Bears defense is trash. We scoring 30 at least. We should. Key word, guys. Look, my heart tells me 34-13. We win the game. My head tells me field goal at the last second by Joey Sly, 23-20, because we can't keep opponents under 20 points. And I need to see us consistently scoring 30 before I can just start predicting 30. You know what I'm saying? I learned my lesson from the Cardinals prediction. I can't predict the blowout until I see one. Like if we blow these guys out tomorrow, I may pick a blowout when we go up to Atlanta the following week. But I need to know that my team is capable of a blowout before I start predicting blowouts. You feel me? The season's on the line tomorrow. We need to get our shit together and beat these guys. Sorry. No. Don't be sorry, Todd. That's what the fuck we do over here. We curse. We use profanity. We speak like fans over here. We don't fan police each other. We speak freely. This is a safe space. This is therapy. This is fan therapy when you come over on this channel. So we don't need to apologize. Get your shit off your chest. Joe Davis's calls give me a goosebumps a little bit during Sunday, especially the one during the joint. Oh, yeah. He's so good. That joint was fire, yo. That joint was fire. Goosebumps. We scored in regulation. Sam really put his big boy pants on. I love Sam, man. I like Sam Howell. I be sitting back watching Sam Howell play football like a proud papa, like he my son and shit. I be sitting back like, man, we're in such good hands. We're in such good hands. This guy is so talented. That Buffalo game is not going to ever happen again because that's not who he is as a quarterback. But I'll say we have the advantage at quarterback, even though Fields' dual threatness scares me. It's gonna be a battle of what defense plays better. I think both offenses are capable. I think the Bears' offense is capable. They're just bullshit. They're on bullshit, and Justin Fields been in his own head, and he hasn't been playing up to his potential. But would it surprise me if Justin Fields suddenly turned into Ohio State Justin Fields versus Washington? No, because everybody gets their shit off versus our defense, man. Everybody does. I need us to be disciplined. Like Chase Young, Montez Sweat. We know y'all want to stack up sacks in a contract year. You cannot crash down and leave the edge uncontained. They're very undisciplined at times. Chase especially. Play with discipline. Play your position. Stop doing the most, guys. We need y'all to be disciplined off the edge because we give up the edge far too much. We're giving up 4.5 yards a carry. Defense, tighten up. Linebackers, especially other priority free agent, Cody Barton. Show me something, Cody Barton. Show me something, because you've shown me no ability to be even adequate through 4 weeks, through your first quarter of being a Washington Commander. I don't know what Cody Barton is right now, but I know what he's not, and that's good. Jamin Davis, the only linebacker worth a damn on the roster right now, because Jamin's playing fine. Safeties, corners. Y'all want to force a turnover? You're allowed to. Everybody else in the league is doing it. Y'all want to turn the ball over? Fields and them turn the ball over all the time. What we doing tomorrow? We're going to get some turnovers because we can put this game to earth. Yo, we can put this game to bed by the third quarter and just be parlaying and chilling in the mezzanine, just cooling at FedEx Field tomorrow if the defense plays to its potential for the first time. They started to wake up versus Chicago last year. Are we going to have a repeat performance? Are we getting the Mickey Mouse win streak started versus Chicago? We should. Why not? Why not Washington to blow these motherfuckers out and get a coach fired week 5 of the NFL season? Why not? Oh, I can't wait either, bro. I'm right there with you. I'm right there with you. But, bro, Brian Robinson, I expect a 20-plus carry game from Brian Robinson. This defense is trash. They let the McLaughlin kid, what is it, Jaleel McLaughlin? I don't know what his first name is. Lyndon McLaughlin. Place your first name ahead of McLaughlin. Fried the shit out of them last week. Had Russ looking unrinsed again. They lost a 21-point lead with 17 minutes left in the game. Jamin's mid, but mid is a graduation for him because he was trash. So mid is a step up for him. Jamin's playing fine. He's flying around right now. Need to see more, though. Barton's ass. Oh, my God. If I see Chase Young and Sweat dropping back in coverage during the crunch time portion of a football game, I may lose my absolute fucking mind. My goodness. Jack Del Rio. Do better, my guy. Do better, my guy. Man, maybe all this shit happening in the news and all this politics shit, maybe it'll get him juiced up and take his hydroxychloroquine shot. He come out tomorrow ready to coach some goddamn football and get them boys right, because the defense is supposed to be the strength of this team. It does not look like at all a strength right now. That was a catch. His foot was in. Yeah, man, like, I think the Terry catch was a catch. Also, somebody check and see if Reed Blankenship's right arm still works today, because he got hella cleat in his forearm, and that joint gotta feel terrible right now. But I definitely think that was a catch. And I just noticed that we always win Creek. Let me see. A Forbes pick 6 would do wonders. Yes, it would. And I don't think anything's wrong with his mental health right now. He's just locking in, bro. He's just locking in, and he's not trying to hear that bullshit on Twitter. He's not trying to hear it. Also, fans, we can objectively critique guys. Just don't be fucking weird. Don't be that guy that's threatening to kill a player, giving death threats, talking about their family and shit. There's no need for all that. You think the player's trash? Call the player trash. Don't talk about his family. Don't talk about his kids. Don't talk about his siblings. And definitely don't make threats to people, because that's fucking weirdo shit. Like, we don't have time for that weirdo shit anywhere. Relax with that. But if you don't think he's playing good, just say he's not playing good. We also not here for baby and spoon feeding motherfuckers. Like, we keeping it real on this side. But bold predictions for tomorrow. Bold prediction number 1. Somebody on Washington catches a pick 6. Why not Emmanuel Forbes? It would be great for Emmanuel Forbes to catch it. My prediction would be, you know what? Jamin Davis, pick 6. Justin Fields has a lot of trouble seeing the middle of the field. And he gets he Mr. Freezes when it comes to looking at the middle of the field. Linebacker jumps a route, scores a touchdown. What are y'all bold predictions for tomorrow? Bold prediction number 2. De'Ami Brown scores a touchdown versus the Chicago Bears tomorrow. Whether it's a deep ball or whether it's a red zone play, De'Ami Brown's going to get in the end zone tomorrow. Bold prediction number 3. Let's see. Bold prediction number 3 for me is going to be, I'm trying to think of what's bold. What is bold for Washington right now? Oh, you know what's bold? Washington forces 3+ turnovers tomorrow. 3+. And that's bold. Don't say it's not bold, because we don't force turnovers for shit. It feels like we go calendar months without forcing a turnover. So Washington forces 3+ turnovers tomorrow. Like, it's such a perplexing stat that we didn't turn the ball over once and scored 31 points on the road and lost Sunday. You know how hard it is to not turn the ball over and score 31 points on the road and lose? It's crazy, bro. Only Washington, bro. Only Fuller picks 6. It is about time for Fuller to be good again. Fuller usually is, what the fuck? Did I just put somebody in time? If I just put somebody in time out, my bad. That was an accident. Bears 35, Commanders 32. No. Boo. I don't know why this says somebody was banned. I did not mean to ban somebody. Hold up. I did not mean to do that. Oh, shit. Definitely just accidentally banned somebody when I was just trying to click his comment on the screen. We'll fix that at the end of stream. Sam will finally throw for under 3. Hey, that was one of the reasons I was mad in overtime, too. I wanted 300 yards so bad for him. I wanted 300 yards so bad for Sam, bro. Cam interception been close last few weeks. Yeah, that would be bold, too, because Cam Curl ain't caught a pick since his rookie year. World was shut down last time he caught one. Scott C. from IR 35, by the way. Are you sure about that? I mean, they did put up 28 and was driving a couple of times on Sunday. And with the way our defense is looking, I can't promise that we're going to keep them under 30 points. We ain't keeping people under. So Logan Thomas, 2 TD catches. I like it. That's very bold. That's spicy. We need to play them like they play Philly. Yeah, Washington has this thing where we play our opponents. We play to the competition of our opponents. We play a bad team, we play like them. We play a good team, we battle it out mano a mano, toe for toe, blow for blow every time. It's super weird. But as you graduate from being mid to good, you got to blow out bad teams. And let's call the Chicago Bears what they are. They are a fucking bad team. They're the definition of bad team, right? Right. Whatever the Webster's dictionary of bad football team is, you see a picture of Matt Eberflus and Justin Fields just smiling. Hey, look at me. Yeah, that's what a bad football team is right now. And I want us to blow them. I didn't mean to ban you. I don't know why the fuck that happened. I will fix that. I'm trying to click on comments while I'm reading so I can put you guys' comments on the bottom of the screen while I'm in StreamYard. And for some reason that shit clicked ban. Complete accident. You are not banned. I'll fix that as soon as the stream is done. It's a technical difficulty. I got to go into the settings to undo it. Chase 2 strip sack. That is Super Bowl. Please give me a Chase 2 strip sacks game. The whole world is watching Chase. I know Chase loves a photo op. The whole world's gonna be watching you, Chase. Put on a show for him. Folks forget that we no longer have Wentz, Heineke, not Scott Turner. No more mediocre quarterback playing unpredictable play. Yeah, we do have all those things. We still Washington, but we do have all those things. And EB in this bag, he moves that ball up and down the field at will. We love to see it. Sam not getting sacked. Oh, I'm loving these bold predictions. Sam not getting sacked is bold right now because that's not something we do. So we have taken Gonzo instead of Ford. Gonzo is now out for the season, but player for player, performance-wise, Gonzo looks better so far. But 56-7, Commander. Oh, we're having a goddamn party at FedEx Field if that's the case. And I believe Backyard Band is supposed to be playing up there tomorrow, too. If somebody can confirm or deny that, let me know. I heard Lil Durk's supposed to be performing somewhere. I don't know if it's here or if it's in Chicago, and they're just going to play it on the Amazon Prime thing. But it should be some cool shit happening for this game tomorrow. But, yeah, Backyard Band definitely is playing up there tomorrow, I think. And Field, 60-plus yard TD run and pass. Guys, so 2 big plays. So the defense still ain't got it right. If we get 2 huge Fields plays, that means the defense is still defensive. Did you lose your glasses? Yeah, long story with those, man. Long story with those. Bears, 1 TD and 3 field goals. So that's what, 16 points? 16 points to Washington's what? Been a minute since I've seen one of your streams. I don't know if you remember me from when we beat Philly. Happy to be in here. Yeah, what's going on, Jace? How you doing, man? How you feel? How you feeling out there, man? If we blow them out, somebody running naked on the field, we all doing it. We doing it in unison. We rushing the field out here. I just want to blow out. This is our only nationally televised game of the season for now, unless we get flex later in the year. But this is really our only chance for the whole world to see us. So we need to show up and we need to represent and not embarrass the family. You know what embarrassing the family looks like? Losing to Chicago on Thursday Night Football for the whole world to see, or half the world, because nobody has Amazon Prime really. What, like half the fucking football fans? Odd that you got to watch Amazon Prime for a football game, but hey, it is what it is. EB is going to try to outdo the Chiefs' performance on the Bears. Yeah, the Chiefs put it to them back when the Chiefs were a football team and not ran by a pop star. JK. What happened to Gonzalez? He tore his labrum in his shoulder. He's out for the year. He has to get surgery on it. Terry, 200 yards. My God, I'll be happy just for Terry to get 100 yards right now because we ain't even got a 100-yard performance out of none of our receivers yet. But Thanksgiving, yes, sir. We got Thanksgiving. I mean, well, that's a national stage, but it's Fox, you know? Like, this is national, nighttime, prime time. Word to Dion. But, yeah, man. That's what I got. I got Washington winning 23-20 versus the Chicago Bears tomorrow. I got Sam Howell throwing for 2 touchdowns in a 23-20 victory. Brian Robinson over 100 yards. I will see y'all tomorrow. I'll be vlogging it up at the stadium. If you see me at FedEx Field, pull up and say what's up to your boy. That's all I got for right now. Hail to the Washington Commanders. Until next time, deuces.